Good morning, Revs. Firstly, a look back on Tuesday night. You seemed quite disappointed with the result, even though it was a point in the clean sheet. Does that just show how far we've come?
Yeah, I think so. I think that obviously as a group we were disappointed because we had enough chances to win the game and to keep your fifth clean sheet in a row and not win the game is disappointing. I think whenever you keep a clean sheet, you want to go on and win the game. So our defensive work has been rewarded, and then obviously attacking wise, we didn't take our chances, and we had a lot of moments in the game where we would have ended up 1v1 with a keeper, or like I said, better contact in the box would have ended up in a goal. So that was probably just where we were disappointed, really. But I agree with what you're saying. It does probably show how far we've come. That ultimately we're disappointed with a draw away from home.
And Tuesday's result made it 7 unbeaten and 5 games without conceding. What do you put that down to? Is it the group of players? Is it the work you've been doing on the training pitch throughout the season?
I think it's a bit of both, but I think the majority will have to be for the players, because ultimately they're the ones that go and step on over the white line, and they have to perform, and they have to defend like their lives depend on it, and that's what they're doing at the minute. To be honest with you, they're blocking. I think in those clean sheets, I can't think of many times where Jamie's had really been stretched for saves. I think that as a team, from the centre forwards all the way back to Jamie, they're working extremely hard to deny opportunities. And like I said a minute ago, that ultimately when you have those clean sheets, you're going to pick up points, because ultimately the worst case scenario is that you're going to draw the game. But we just feel like we've missed out on a couple of opportunities really to really kick on and show how far we've come.
Yeah, you must feel like now you've almost nailed the defensive part of it. It's now time to nail the attacking. So what will make a difference going forward?
Well, it's something that it's the hardest part of football. We all know that, and you have to keep working on it. You have to keep every day we work on that side of the game, and ultimately what it's about is you have to get to a point on a pitch where you create chances. You have to get where you work the ball to get a crossing situation, or you get a through ball, or at times it can be Jamie picking it up 1v1 and kicking to it like that. That's football. But when they were in the box, you have to go in with an intention and desire that your life depends on it to go and score a goal, like we are doing in our defence. And when it's in our box, we defend excellently. When it's in the opposition's box, we've got to make sure that we match that desire, and we go in with real belief. And like I said, desire is the best word for it, really, because you have to want to score a goal. You might get hurt, it might hit you and go in, but ultimately, if you show that mentality to go in there no matter what and keep going in there, you'll get your rewards. And I think that's just something we've just got to keep working on. Players know if they've missed a chance, they know that they're disappointed, but you have to work on it, making sure that you keep putting them in those positions, so when it does happen on a Saturday, that they've replicated it, and then they take the opportunity to score a goal.
On to Saturday and tomorrow's game. Normally it'd have been a nice trip to the seaside, but tomorrow it's quite a tough game and an important fixture for Southend as well as us.
Yeah, listen, it's an extremely tough game. We know like their performances at times haven't been rewarded. I don't feel they've got good players there, and sometimes when you are down there, we know it. You don't get the luck you deserve. Things can go against you. So we have to make sure 100% we are focused on us in terms of our standards and our levels that we've performed for the last however many months now to go, get these points. So nothing changes from us. You have to now come into this game even more focused on getting a result, because we know that these are really tough games. But ultimately, the players have set their own standards. The players have set, like I said, the way that we're playing, they're really starting to show people what they can do and showing people how we're trying to play. There's still lots and lots of work to do, and that's the thing. People, don't realize we have to make sure that no matter where we are, you know, the hard work is, you know, you have to step on and go again, because ultimately we've got to where we are, but we want to achieve success here. And the only way to do that is by driving standards every single day, that when you work and you turn up every day, you're at your best. And tomorrow's no different. In fact, you're going to have to give more, because they're fighting for their lives, and we are still making sure that we pick up results without a shadow of a doubt. So it's going to be a tough game, but the players will make sure that they're ready. The squad and the group of players is excellent, and there's no doubt in my mind that they'll turn up ready to put on a top performance and realistically get rid of the disappointment from Tuesday.
And we're now sitting 12 points from the relegation zone and 12 points off the playoffs, so slap bang in the middle of the table. Does that relieve some pressure off your shoulders when it comes to each game, that you know you're not going to move that far in the table, but you can still build on it?
No. I think the pressure that we put on ourselves is big enough. You know, I think that we don't want the players to have that pressure. Like, we take that because ultimately, you know, they don't need to feel that pressure. They want to go out there and play the football that they know they can. If you feel, I've spoken about this a lot with the players, pressure is very different. Some players can deal with pressure. Some people can't. Like, that's every walk of life. You know, people deal with it differently, but it's how you put it onto them. So the pressures that we will probably put onto them is keeping the standards of their performances, making sure that as a centre forward, you never stop going into a position to score a goal. As a right back or a full back, you never stop dropping out and trying to put in crosses, even though you've put in 2 bad ones. You go and do it again. They're the pressures that we want to put on these players, because ultimately that will make them better. But we take the pressure of performances and results. So I think where we are, I think that we know we've probably drawn too many when we should have won those games. And they're all those things that are driving these players to go, you know, strive for more and get better, because we know that ultimately, if we'd have put those draws into wins, you know, we'd be in a really good position right now. So it's a really good thing to have as a group, that you're disappointed with draws, you're disappointed if you don't win, because actually now we're looking like a team that is fully focused on getting better and making sure that we finish the season really, really strongly. And
finally, just a word on a few players. You saw a mix-up. Chris Lyons didn't start on Tuesday night. How is he, and how's Joe Martin as well?
So Chris Lyons obviously he's played a lot. You know, he was out with COVID and he's come back in, and to be honest with you, he's played 8 games without a rest, Saturday, Tuesday, and it's been relentless for the fittest of players, let alone someone so it shows his character, really. I think that he's done that. And I just think it was probably one game too many for him on Tuesday. Joe Martin is slowly getting back. I think we're still going to, you know, be without him for a couple of weeks, which is a shame, because he came in and showed people his qualities and obviously helped us as a group improve our results. Yeah, we look at, you know, we're ready for the game. We've got a good squad to go to the game. So we'll train obviously today and be ready and make sure that when we turn up tomorrow, we're fully focused and ready for the challenge ahead, but to go and get a good result.
Perfect, Rev. Thank you.
Right, man.